quick update on the Nasdaq 100. Now, I mentioned in my last video about a potential head and shoulders pattern in play, with bulls needing a bounce off this key trendline support in green for any chance of salvaging the situation. Now, Friday saw the Nasdaq close below that trendline. However, over the weekend, comments made by US Chief Scientist Dr. Fauci seemed to bring a calm in sentiment, and that was driven by this headline. Price then rallied on Monday off the back of this news, with the Nasdaq reclaiming that key trendline on Tuesday, which was the turning point, and that put the bulls back in control. Price has since cooled off in anticipation of the key CPI print, which could see the Nasdaq retest that trendline once again, either to confirm it as support or again whipsaw traders out. Now, if it does confirm as support, price is likely to rebound sharply, potentially heading to the next immediate trendline, which is around 16,570. It should be noted at the moment price is very much headline driven, therefore plan for both scenarios. I tend to adjust the size of my trades in this type of situation until there's a clear direction the market is headed in. At the moment, guys, we're in this discovery phase where a lot of factors are at play. The Omicron, for example, may not be the forefront of the news in a few days' time, with the Fed tapering likely to take center stage again. Next up, a quick update on Ford. And we can see from the daily chart here that the $19 support area did get retested again this week, even breaking below it on an intraday basis before recovering. Now, price remains vulnerable to a break to the downside. However, that bullish consolidation is still in play, as you can see from the trend line in green. A break above the trend line would then give bulls another shot at breaking the highs around $20.80, so keep an eye on that one. Now, Caterpillar is another stock looking for a breakthrough. And this is a stock I've mentioned previously after the breakout it had in late October, as you can see here in the weekly chart. You could argue the sharp fall last week was a retest of that trend line, with price rebounding and looking for another break higher, with resistance around the 205.40 to 206 area. Now, price has stopped short of a break above the trend line, which you can see highlighted, after a slight downgrade on Thursday by Morgan Stanley, with the bank lowering its price target to $164 from $166. Then we have Merck. Now, Merck got downgraded by Guggenheim on Tuesday, which seemed to have created a pivot low around the $72 mark, as you can see here in the daily chart. Now, this is another key spot of support for the stock, with price likely to bounce here with 3 days of consecutive higher lows. This is a sign of a bottoming formation because the sharp reversal is followed by another reversal, suggesting price is struggling to go much lower. Upside potential in this stock will be the immediate trendline resistance around the $75-80 mark. And to wrap up, a quick look at NIO. Now, NIO confirmed its breakdown and a change in momentum last Thursday, as you can see here in the daily chart, after price tagged the key technical moving averages before falling sharply. This was also the third consecutive day below the key trend line, which, as you can see from this chart, has not happened before. This is enough to signal a momentum change, and stops should be triggered or long positions closed out. It's just as important to recognize the key inflection point, whether you're right or wrong, because as you can see, prices continue to deteriorate further. This is despite outlook looking strong, as you can see here, with this headline showing that NIO had a record sales in November. And you can see the sales here that goes back to June 2018 by the model type. So you then ask yourself, why is NIO in freefall? Well, despite the fundamental outlook, which shows sales are strong, the driver has been the momentum of the DD delisting, and that's really impacted Chinese ADRs, and the threat of others delisting is growing, hence the shift in momentum. Unless price can reclaim some of these key levels broken in the past week, this is now one for the watch list. With that said, that's my weekly update. Thanks again for watching, and remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. And I'll see you at the next one.